Hi, I'm Jeremy, and welcome to another episode of Practical IT. Today we're taking a look at a network attached storage product called OpenMediaVault. OpenMediaVault is a Linux based network attached storage operating system. And basically, what that means is it's a custom version of Linux that is set up specifically to perform the functions of a network attached storage. What makes this great is that you can take an extra PC that might be a few years old and you can make your own network attached storage box without having to pay the high price of a proprietary box from another company. If we take a look here at their website, let me pause to take off my camera. Okay, if we take a look at their website, we can see under features, running out of the box, it's based on the Debian Linux OS, which is one of the most stable versions of Linux. Has a web-based administration, easy system updates via Debian package management, volume management, smart. It has link aggregation, Wake on LAN, IPv6 support, email notifications, file sharing, and extendable via plugins. So, we're going to take a look at OpenMediaVault. We're going to go through the full process. So if you're at their website, which is openmediavault.org, you want to head over to the downloads page. And you want to grab the ISO image. Installation images can be found here. Scoot over there, takes you to SourceForge, which hosts the packages. And so the most current, let me blow this up a couple sizes, make it a little easier for you to read. The current version is the 3.0 beta. This came out 5/4/2017. So we'll open that. And the newest version of that is 3.0.74. Get rid of that guy. And so we will go ahead and download the ISO image. And it takes a minute for this to start. Save that in downloads. ISO's 2017. And this will take a couple of minutes to finish downloading, and we will be back momentarily. All right, now that our download is finished, we're going to go ahead and minimize Google Chrome, and we're going to start up VirtualBox. And there's always a new update when I go to run something. Okay, we'll skip that for now. Okay, so we are going to create a new virtual machine, and we're going to use this for our test bed for OpenMediaVault. So we would go to New. We're going to call it OpenMediaVault 3 Beta. And this is based on Linux. And it specifically said Debian based. So we'll say continue. We're going to give it 2 gigs of RAM. Generally speaking, more is better. Continue. It's going to start off with an 8 gig boot drive, which should be plenty. And we're going to make some modifications to this in a moment. So we'll say create, continue, continue again for dynamic, and create. And so we've got our OpenMediaVault over here. So now we need to go to settings and make some modifications. Okay, so under system, I always turn off the floppy drive. Don't use it these days. Under storage, we're going to add a couple of extra virtual hard drives, and since this is for testing purposes, we're going to make them on the small side. So we are going to new storage attachment, add hard drive, create new disk, continue, continue. We're going to make this just 4 gigs, and we're going to call it OMVD2. And the same thing again. Create new, next, or continue, continue, 4 gigs, OMV. I'm not sure why that happened. Try this again. New disk. Continue. Continue. Now it's working. Make that 4 gigs. Create. So what you've got here is your OpenMediaVault beta is our boot drive. And then we've got 2 virtual drives that we're going to use for storage. For audio, we can turn that off. It's going to be, for all intents and purposes, a server, so we don't need audio on it. Network, we're going to set it to bridged, which will just make it easier for us to manage the interface later. From here, we need to go back to storage and click on the optical drive and come over here and click on the same icon and do choose virtual optical disk file. And this is where we're going to specify our image that we just downloaded a few minutes ago. And we can say OK to that. And we can click start to go through the installation of our virtual OpenMediaVault. So it gives you a couple options. Install, the top option, is just fine. It's going to go through its installer program. Unless you're somewhere else, you'll want English. United States for me. American English. And this really doesn't take too long, but it will take a minute or two. We're going to call the host name OMV3 beta. And leave it in the local domain. And you want to create a strong root password. I'm not going to tell you what mine is. Eastern time zone is appropriate for me. More than one storage device has been detected. Please ensure you select the correct device for the operating system in the following list to prevent data loss. Let me say continue. Okay, so I made it easy. The larger disk is our install disk, so that's listed as SCSI1 or SDA. So we can hit enter and choose that. And it will continue to copy data over to this boot drive. Coming down the home stretch. Alright, you can accept the default, generally speaking, for this. United States would be correct for me for the Debian archive mirror. And I'll just leave it at that default there. No proxy on my end. It's going to attempt some updates, retrieve some additional files. installing the bootloader, grub. And we're getting real close now, folks. Alright, installation complete. We can hit enter to continue and reboot. And once it restarts, we'll wrap up the video. And we'll go into configuration of OpenMediaVault in the next video, the part 2 video. But for the remainder of this video, we're going to log in and at least see that for the rest of this video, we're going to at least log in and verify that our installation was successful and we can in fact get into the graphical interface, the web interface of OpenMediaVault. Okay, so the key here is that we have 172.16.74.227 as the IP address. Control panel administrator account has the username admin and password of OpenMediaVault by default. So we can go back to our Chrome, open a new tab. That out. Admin, open MediaVault. Do not save that. And do not save that either. And as you can see, we have a working OpenMediaVault system. Now, this is, in its current state, it's of limited use. Because we have not configured it to do much of anything other than just sit here. As you can see in the services area, we do not have any file sharing or any type of service set up other than SSH, so you could get in via the command line, but for most people that's of limited use. So in the next video, we are going to start to configure our new OpenMediaVault, and we will continue our discussion on what we can do with this OpenMediaVault. Now, of course, this one is limited because we put small virtual disks in it, but on a real physical system or a production virtual system, we would make different decisions, and we can get into that in the next video. So until then, this is Jeremy Light signing out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.